Haka short duration discussion kabla wanra daw MLA kanongkram constituency nakaseng BPP uba Ardent mela basayo moy haka sngi basaw jong dorbar sunrai jong yeng dorbar thaan ke jilla Meghalaya halor ke jingthung nong hikai hadadeng gre subdivision kaladon ke jingtip halor kumno ki khatsan ngot ki Briew ki basa jet banong nong hikai naka unreserved category ki yo ya ki Syrnod haka jingkran uba Ardent ulaong boom kwa bat kumju kum kinong mi khmat baka Sorkar kan kersan kum yo kini ki Briew bakin yo ekakam da kalenti ka bamdai namar ka don ru ka khubor ka badang sumi halor wei Ophisar IFS Kumba lapa ka kot khubor ya ka bakum kini ki jat Briew ki poi hadu ka kerdan ka bahalor nalor kata uba Ardent ulaong kalong ka badan kam bariban don ka jing toket halor ka benta khnang bukan don ka jing shai habaro Hadin ke jingkran uba Ardent lay simpan taru da kiwe ki MLA bakantup yaw Dr. Mukul Sangmau MLA ka AITC na Songsak uba Ronnie Villingdo MLA ka Congress na Maliam bat kiwe pat haswa bo rakam e Sangma unai ka jubab.
The Education Department Office of the Subdivisional School Education Officer the Dengri Subdivision issued a notice whereby declaring the successful and the selected candidates. And there were 34 selected candidates in this test. And so according to the information available with me, out of 34, there were around 32 of these candidates who managed to get selected through unscrupulous means and forgery. So I have with me the evidence according to the RTI findings. So I would also like to bring to the notice of this August House that according to the prospectus for admission into two-year diploma in elementary education course issued by the Office of the Director, Government of Assam, State Council for Educational Research and Training, SCERT, Assam. The documents required for eligibility tests, criteria for SCERT, Assam, Open Distance Learning 2017-2019 include proof of permanent residency in Assam. And the admission notice mentioned in this order, sir, is this. This is for the information that the youths of the state who are permanent residents of Assam and aspiring to take up teaching at elementary level as a profession may apply for the second-year diploma in elementary education course for academic session 2017-2019. So according to this notification issued by the Office of the Director, State Council of Education, Research and Training, Assam, we can clearly understand that the Assam government will offer this course only to the permanent residents of Assam. Whereas, according to the information available, sir, it was found that almost 15 of these candidates selected under this MTET, they produce a certificate from some of the universities in Assam. So that is one area, sir, where we feel that the government needs to investigate whether these certificates produced by these candidates are genuine or are fake. So, and I can name the candidates which have been shortlisted by the Education Department and got selected under the unreserved category. And these are Senarul Islam, Saiful Islam, Norma Jasmine Khatun, Sanjeev Goswami, Amin Runa Pavin, Rashidul Islam, Sheikh Feroz Abdullah, Shahidul Islam, Shivli Sisa, Mehiruna Parbin, Habib Ali Sheikh, Sima Khatun, Asim Hok, Karimul Islam, Hasmina Ahmed, Akibur Islam Sorkar. These are the 15 candidates who have been selected on the production of a certificate holder from the Assam universities. So it was also found that a candidate, namely Saddam Hussein, who submitted diploma in elementary education DLED on regular basis from Adash, Devkali Baba Smarak Mahavidyalaya on the Veer Bahadur Singh Provincial University in Uttar Pradesh is also fake, because according to the findings, RTI findings, it was informed, and I can read this letter, sir. This is to inform you most respectfully that Muhammad Saddam Hussein, based on your RTI query, this office like to inform that student, namely Muhammad Saddam, has not done the DLED course from our college, Adash Devkali Baba Smarak Mahavidyalaya, and that no student has been registered in our college with this name, and this office not know him personally. So this is also another candidate who was selected under the unreserved category, sir. And another candidate, namely Haidar Hussein Mullah, who submitted DLED certificate and mark sheet on the Raja Lasima University, Andhra Pradesh. The information received on the RTI clearly shows that Raya Lasima University, Kurnool, has not offered DLED course either to constituents or affiliated colleges. Hence, no DLED course examination has been scheduled on the August-September 2022. So, and another candidate who was selected through unscrupulous means is Norma Jesmant Khatun. This candidate obtained MTET pass certificate after getting 83 marks in the set examination, which is actually not the minimum qualification marks for any general category. And if you go according to the notification, the qualification marks according to this notification dated 22nd April 2021 is 60% and 5% marks will be given as relaxation to SC, ST, OBC, PWD candidates. So, sir, she needs to secure 90 marks if we go according to the qualification mentioned in the notification of the government. And how she managed to be selected? She is using the OBC certificate so that she can get relaxed by 5%. However, sir, this is not a domicile resident of Meghalaya. She is an OBC from the state of West Bengal. And under no circumstances, this candidate should be selected on the basis of this OBC, because we know that the Supreme Court ruling has mentioned clearly that the rights of a scheduled tribe or an ABC belonging to another state cannot be transferred to another state. So this is in violation of the Supreme Court verdict, sir, because they cannot benefit the reservation policy of the state they don't belong. So, sir, I think that the government is well aware of that directive. Sir, as I've mentioned that the language issue is also mentioned. The language proficiency will be required as per the medium of the instruction. And out of these 34, another 5 candidates who were selected, they don't have MIL in the higher secondary school living certificate. And the name of these candidates are Muhammad Abdul Rauf, Habib Ali Sheikh, Saiful Islam, Sheikh Firoz Abdullah, Hadar Hussein Mullah. All these 5 candidates, they don't have MIL in their HSSLC examination, sir. So therefore, sir, I find that this is a very serious issue that the government needs to take up seriously and immediately. And we don't want to be seen that the government is dealing with this issue very lightly, because we know that there are many who have been deprived of the rights, many who have been prevented to get the job because of this manipulation. So, sir, I don't know whether, but I'm sure that the government must be aware of this development, because the concerned authority have been apprised by the aggrieved party. So therefore, sir, I would like to urge upon the government through you, sir, to take up this matter seriously and initiate legal proceedings or criminal proceedings to these candidates for misleading, for using the fake certificates and unscrupulous means to get selected in this MTET examination. So, we don't want that the government will in either way patronize these candidates who try to get job through unfair means, sir. So, as we have seen recently, the news item appeared in the Shillong Times, and I hope this is the news item where they have verified and published, because I have not seen any reaction on the part of the government when this news item came up. And the news item is, why is the government of Meghalaya, patronizing this officer? This is related to the case of one IFS officer by the name of MBK Reddy, sir. And according to this news report, sir, they have made a mention that imagine an all India officer who was caught cheating to qualifying tests, absconded for 3 years, convicted and jailed, and defying Meghalaya High Court direction, has manipulated his way to hold a key executive position. So, as responsible elected members of this August House and responsible public representative, we don't want to see this kind of news item and this kind of patronization on the part of the government to any officers, especially to manipulate to reach to a very high post in the department. So, sir, I don't know what happened to this officer now, whether he is still on duty. May I know from the government whether any action has also been taken against him, sir? So, sir, I bring this issue also because I feel it relates very much with this issue that I have decided to discuss in this short duration notice, sir.
Sir, there are governing bodies of colleges who have forwarded the names for ad hoc grant under the People's College Scheme. So it takes more than a year after the governing body has proposed the name to give approval, sir. More than a year, sir. So what happens? We demotivate the teachers. Now they lose, they become frustrated. So, sir, after all, they are also human beings. When they perform their duty, they've got other responsibilities as parents, as, to take care of their families, to look after every other needs of the family. So we have to consider, we're talking about providing quality education, we're talking about, upscaling education, we're trying to ensure that we equip the future generation to face challenges, whether in the job market, whether in any other challenges that they have to go through, sir. But if the teachers, governing bodies of colleges have forwarded the names of the teachers, lecturers to be approved under this People's College scheme, so they get better remuneration and they get, sir, job security. Now, sir, if it takes more than a year, and perhaps even to the point that these governing bodies have approached us MLAs that you please take up these issues. What is this, sir? Now, for everything, the common man, the colleges, the institutions will have to approach MLAs to get justice done. I think, sir, we're letting down the people, sir. We're letting down the people. We're letting down the teachers. We're letting, we call them nation builders. But then on the other hand, we punish them to the point that they get frustrated, they get frustration. And I think, sir, this doesn't bode well for the education scenario in the state. Now, instead of attracting the best minds, the best talents into the education sector, sir, we are demotivating them. We are, they become frustrated, they become desperate. So maybe if they get better opportunities, they'll leave their jobs as teachers. Who suffers, sir? The entire future generation will suffer. So, sir, I would urge upon the minister, I will not name the colleges.
We are all concerned about the situation, which should be considered as a very grave situation, particularly pertaining to the quality education required at the primary level. The time when the learning comes naturally to the tiny tots, to the children. That's the time. And the responsibility that we assume upon ourselves to ensure that while we are preparing our children to enable them to equip themselves with the kind of wherewithal to be part of this competitive world, where the aspirations and expectations of the generation next is bound to change and unfold into a different dimension. Therefore, to equip them to create that enabling environment in the schools. And I think it is more relevant for us to think from the perspective that many of our children get the teaching only in the school, not at home. Because majority of the children are not privileged to have parents who can give them that hand-holding. Further amplification of their learning endeavor at home. Since we do have majority of the current generation who are first-time schoolgoers, many of them. And many of them may be, second generation schoolgoer, but then parents are not in a position to give the right kind of hand-holding. So how important it is to ensure that we get the best gurus. So there was a time when everybody was so eager to learn martial arts, kung fu, karate, taekwondo. We didn't have gurus, So our boys from Garo Hills would always, with patience, wait for the time when their parents will send them to pursue their studies in Shillong. The moment they come to Shillong, most of my friends, when I saw, they don't line up to get admission in the schools and colleges where they were intended to get admission first. They went for exploring the centers where we were given training, rather where we had the schools. Like we had the karate school in Laimukra, Gitaraj used to run that. Then Lutre, the taekwondo, and so on and so forth. So gurus, because there were no gurus in Garo Hills that time. But after they learned, they became gurus, and now you have lots of such centers established in different parts of the state. Now we're talking about gurus, so that our gurus will make further gurus. So teaching is an art. It doesn't come naturally. One may be brilliant in studies, but then he may not be a good teacher, because teaching is definitely an art. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, you yourself know it very, very well. And we had this system of board school education, board examinations. I think we need to revive that again, because if we revive it, then we actually push the schools to demonstrate how good they are and how honest and how hardworking the teachers are to really equip their children to be better than others. I remember when we were students, this whole board examination system allowed us to really look at as to which school are doing the best. Now we have this same system at the class 10 level, at the class 12 level. So we know which school are doing well. We know about some of the schools who are doing so brilliantly well in Kyrwoh Hills. People don't have to look at only Shillong. St. Anthony's, St. Edmunds, St. Mary's, Lady King, all these colleges were the only one those years where, the students from across Northeast used to gravitate because of the quality education. Today we are privileged that we have similar kind of educational institutions which are providing that kind of quality education. But we are talking about the schools which are so-called government schools. Why is it that in the government schools, parents are not willing to send their children? It's a reality. That's the truth. Because the trust, the confidence, because every parent wants to see that their children are sent to the school where they'll be privileged to have the best education, where teachers are found to be really honest and committed towards giving that effect to give fruition to their ambition. Therefore, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I think it is only appropriate these issues are discussed in this August House.
District, since the government is stepping up to improve the education, but in our district, we have only one training center. So for the Kyrwoh especially, we have only one, we can say quota. So we have 100 schools and we have around 200 or 300 vacancies are there. So if the government side select only one trainee for the diet, then how it can be possible to develop and improve the education system? This is my question. Even for the classes also, we have only 7 numbers to be selected for the training at the diet center at Nong Stoin. So my question is like this. So from government side, we have 100 schools in Kyrwoh school. Even in Southwest classes also, they are being selected only one candidate. So they have many schools and many posts are lying in the district. Then if government wants to improve the education system and education department, at least whether government can increase the numbers of quotas to the Kyrwoh as well as classes. Only 6 or 7 for the classes schools. We have around 500, 600 schools. If every year we select only one candidate for the Kyrwoh, where 200 or 300 posts are lying in the district, and where classes also around 600, 700, 800 like this, the post is lying in the district. Then if only 7 or 1 selected for the training, how can it improve the education system? Now, according to circulation by the government, B.Ed with M.Ed for primary, they cannot apply for the post. Even those who have done their DLED in corresponding course, they are not be applicable for the schools to apply. And then some had passed M.Ed, but they had not passed DLED in diet. They passed in NIOS or some corresponding course, but they cannot apply. This is also a problem in the West Kyrwoh Hills, and many posts will be lying vacant after 3 or 4 months. But we have no candidate because only one teacher had been selected for the district, especially for the Garos, and even Khasios only 6 or 7. Then how can we improve the education system? So this is my information or apprising to the government. If government side, if they can improve, Southwest Khasi is only 8 members, 8 trainees, and West Khasi is only 8 members, and then Eastern West is only 8 members. Only 24 are being selected for the trainings. Then in 3 districts, we have many schools. Then shortage of MTET also, shortage of teachers also. So this is my request to government side, at least to select more trainings to the district so that our problem will be solved.
So I believe that silence is consent. So therefore I keep pondering whether I will say something, whether I'll be able to participate or not in this serious issue. As a matter of fact, education, we cannot play with education. It's time that education we have to start from scratch. As we have learned the report that our state, it was so ashamed. The rank of a state in education, it was in bottom, not at the top. Why? After attaining statehood, now for about 50 years plus. So I believe that denial, the result is grief. Because of that reason, so I stand to raise my demand to the Education Minister. As we have learned, the style of functioning, the system of manipulation, we cannot anymore afford. We cannot really compromise with education. As our beloved teachers representing the second mother in the school or in the colleges on behalf of our beloved parents. So how much we lean across in them, give them justice, and do justice, as this act of manipulation should stop at once. We cannot any longer have faith in the system. So as we have learned the act of manipulation, I therefore demand that let's not keep quiet. We should do something. We should take a stern action, and without any further delay from the minister concerned and even from the government as a whole. They should take a stringent action by constituting an inquiry so that the culprit should be fixed with responsible. So I don't want to take much of the time, so I therefore urge and demand that this multi-practice should stop at once. Let the deserving candidate should not deprive their right.
Especially when it comes to the appointment of teachers and the availability of students in schools. So we see that the many schools in our state, sometimes, especially government LP schools, their advertisements are called, and there are certain schools there wherein just 4 or 5 students are there, and sometimes a vacancy is 2 or 3 posts. So in these situations, we find that the teachers are more than the students which are present in the schools. So my request to the government and the department is, how do we integrate these kind of situations wherein we ask the teachers and the schools to combine, so to say, so that the teachers and the students, their ratio should be proportionate. That is one of my submission. And one more thing, sir, with regards to Sora subdivision. Last year and this year, there has been a confusion that those who applied from Sora, though it's in East Khasi Hills district, there is a limitation for the MTED candidates who have cleared, that they are not allowed to apply in East Khasi Hills. So I just need that clarity on whether candidates who have cleared MTED, whether they can apply in East Khasi Hills district as a whole.
Sir, I'd like to bring to the notice of this august House that during the year 2023, there were more than 1,000 plus recruitment has been carried out in whole of state, the various subdivision, various district, and out of which 235 numbers of vacant posts of assistant teachers in government lower secondary school under Dadangri subdivision also carried out. Sir, the government by letter number 129/2023 dated 10/10/2023 convey the approval of advertisement for the above mentioned vacant posts. The advertisement had been issued dated 2nd November 2023 in wide public and strict adherence in compliance to the roster system as laid down by the government and in compliance to the Honorable High Court order. Thus, the applications has been invited from all the eligible candidates who fulfill the norms and criteria as prescribed by the government. The interview was conducted for 11 days in the Dadangri subdivision. That is on 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20 and 21 December 2023 and 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th and 9th January 2024. And the result of a successful candidate and qualified candidate was declared on the next day within 24 hours. That is on 10th January 2024, in which 192 candidates were declared qualified and passed. So I would like to apprise this august House that the appointment order was issued on 9 February 2024 to all the successful and qualified candidates. However, I may inform this august House that a complaint has been filed by Sri Istiaq Alom and Sri Abdus Salim Biswas against two successful candidates, namely Sri Haider Hussain Mola, Sri Muhammad Saddam Hussain, accusing them of producing fake or forged DLED certificate at the time of recruitment. That's in the allegation was in serious nature. The department has constituted a 3-member committee on 13th May 2024, comprising of District Education Officer West Governor Tura as a chairman and a Subdivisional Education Officer Tura and Ampati as a member to oversee this allegation. So the term of reference of the committee were to review all the relevant documents submitted and produced by Sri Haider Hussain Mola and Sri Muhammad Saddam Hussain. The term of reference also include providing a detailed report of the findings, recommendation of for appropriate action. The report of the committee is under examination. That's as part of the verification process, an application under the Right to Information Act 2005 dated 13th May 2024, addressed to the Principal Public Information Officer, address Debkali Baba Smarak Mahavidyalaya Udaya Arwala Azamgarh, Uttar Pradesh, and requested for verification and authentication of the DLED pass certificate duly obtained by Muhammad Saddam Hussain. Sir, similarly, an application under the Right to Information Act 2005 13th May 2024 has been sent to Registrar and Public Information Officer, Railasema University, Kyrwoh, Andhra Pradesh, with a request to verify and authenticate a DLED certificate duly obtained by Sri Hadar Hussain Mola. That's why in both the cases, it's been informed that institutions that the DLED certificate of both Sri Hadar Hussain and Muhammad Saddam Hussain are authentic and valid. That's a counter complaint has been filed by Sri Hadar Hussain Mola and Sri Muhammad Saddam Hussain with others against Sri Aziak Alam, Istiak Alam, alleging of cheat and of fraud and obtaining a fake DLED certificate. The matter has been taken seriously by the Directorate of and the district and the subdivision to ascertain the truth and validate the claims and the counterclaims made by the aggrieved party. The preliminary report of the inquiry committee has been submitted and is under the review, and appropriate action will be taken in due course of time. I would like to again repeat that the state government is seriously looking into the plight of quality education at large in the state despite challenges, and aspire to bring about change in the attitude and to uplift the improved and welfare education fraternity. Sir, many points has been raised. I may not cover all the points that has been raised today, but to overseas and to the continuous process, verifying of all the diploma certificate submitted to the department while in the recruitment department has been written to all the university for their validation and verification. Whether it's a truth, it's a fake or not. If it is found to be fake, the law will take its own course. So the three-member committee is looking of all certificate of all the successful candidates even now. So while recruitment, any candidate which has been named by Honorable MLA from Nongram has been, if selected, based on the merit and their language proficiency. Any candidate who have a well qualified in any state of the country, if obtain any diploma certificate in any institutions recognized by the NCT, they have been allowed to participate in the recruitment process. So, because as long as the institutions are recognized by the NCT, they are qualified to participate in the recruitment process. But however, the merit and the language proficiency is a priority of the candidate. So, with respect to the point raised by honorable members, the former LO, RB Lingdo, about the different colleges of the People College, I would have been more happy if any specific college could have been named. But however, sir, would like to inform the House that all the pending files, the file almost has been cleared, but there are some of the colleges recommended for the appointment, for the absorption of the People College, may be pending for some technical reason from the college sides, from the MC side, for all this reason. However, sir, it is not the issue that the department has already cleared with the decision of the roster system, that the roster system will be applied in all the People's College of the district roster will be applied. So with all this decision, all the files pending has been cleared, but if there is any issues with certain particular colleges, maybe some technical, but however, I can assure you, sir, we'll look into the matter at the earliest. Sir, with the points with our senior most leaders of members of the Zagasos, Dr. Mukul was talking about the stipend or scholarship being paid to the candidates, candidate. So, department, nothing has been decided of discontinuing of these schemes. It's a continuous process, and they will be received, all the students of the DLS institutions will receive their pending stipend and the scholarship which paid the 5,000 per month for 10 months, that is per students they will be receiving a 50,000, and it will be released very, very soon.
Mover is not, but then one very important issue which I have brought to the notice of the government. I would like to get a positive response from the government in this regard, because our own young men and women who are pursuing this diploma on elementary education courses in different institutions, in different districts, Diet Center in Resu, Bakmara, all this, we embark upon some support system to be extended to the students at the rate of 5,000 per month. Please restore it, because the students have received already for 1 year, but they are eligible to receive for 2 years. And this is, I think, something which is based on the background which we analyze and understood pertaining to the constraint that the parents have to send their children if they don't receive any support. So kindly restore that one. And I have been very blunt in saying that I think that is more of a political, not a political decision. It was a decision made by the bureaucrats. Because I have seen your assurance also given to those aggrieved students who have approached the Honorable Education Minister himself. So may this be restored and continued. That is one part. And another part is that we take cognizance of his appeal to all the members of this August House to adopt the schools. We have been doing it, in fact. I think many of our honorable members from this August House are doing it. My friend Bar Willingdo, honorable member from Ilim, is doing it. I am also doing it. And in addition to that, from the limited amount which we are getting from SRWP, every year we are taking up for, somehow to fulfill the need of the infrastructure requirement of number of schools. So we are paying salaries for number of schools where we have single teacher, so that we have schools where we do not suffer due to constraints of number of limited teachers. So we take cognizance of this appeal, but at the same time, I would like to share in this August House that I know for certain that many of our friends, many of the honorable members of this August House are already doing it, and we can further extend it if we can expand more. Thank you, sir.
Sir, the Honorable Minister has stated that I didn't mention the colleges. So, sir, can I meet you personally in your chamber, sir?
Yeah.
So, thank you, sir.
Speaker, sir. So, first, we'd like to thank our senior member of this August House, Mukul, for raising this issue, and we'd like to inform the August House that nothing has been decided. So the same program, the called stipend of 5,000 each, is still continuing and is in the process, and our students will receive very, very soon. Yes, sir. So it is not the assurance; it's a continuous process, sir. Then it is the development, and also, so we'd like to thank our honorable senior member again for disclosing the good testimony. So for adopting such school, and we'd like to all the honorable members progress report from our department side would like to publish who has been donated what, who has been given what to the school, and let the testimony of every members be grown for them. Thank you, sir.
Habatin, pej bahagi kishab plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki batay kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau khau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pej ya kishab plus F hakajingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka iron la icon diat bat akabathau bha kam khta ikadur jingki marbam kajing mat lani ka rukom shed yaki.
Balehi banai kita.
Kadon ka we kajing mentoy bakongsan. Ka kot ka kia. Ka nutrition bakam bha kajing im bakam bha pendon kam daki marba madon ka sharp plus F menta kasni.
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.